Hi, welcome to Happier Ladies Podmas.
To help create the festive season vibes, we're bringing you 12 days of many episodes in December.
We'll share our favorite festive hacks, stories, and tools to inspire you.
I'm Azizi Williams. I live and work in the LA area. I'm a mom of two, soon to be an empty nester, and I'm an education professional in the independent school world. I'm here with my sister Malika Amandi.
That's me. I'm a SoCal native living in Western Massachusetts, a newish mom, and I work in higher ed.
In this episode, we discuss our favorite winter snacks, meals, and treats. Malika, what are your favorite holiday foods?
Okay. Well, the first thing I just thought of was the rum cake that you used to make. Um,
Yeah.
Whatever happened to that?
I feel like people got tired of it. Right?
No, we didn't. We
Are you
didn't
sure?
get tired of it. No, it was very good.
Okay.
That stands out. I feel like making popcorn on the stove is kind of a winter thing.
Mm,
Yeah, I don't do it often, but I think I get the hankering when it's like dark outside, early, and I don't know, it's something cozy about popcorn,
mhm.
homemade popcorn.
Popcorn is cozy, and I always feel like I wanna eat more. I want more popcorn in my life, right? More homemade popcorn in my life. I think I even put it down as a possible 25 for 25, so I'm with
Yes.
you there.
It's so good with like olive oil, popping it with olive oil and like salt and different seasonings on it. It's good.
It's also just magical, like, remember the old
Yeah.
school popcorn makers that spin, and then all of a
Yeah.
sudden, just the popcorn comes out? I don't know, it's so magical, popcorn.
It's exciting. The sound of it is also very sensory.
Yeah, it's like, actually, all of your senses
That's
are
true.
engaged in the making of popcorn. This is something we need to explore more.
I never thought of that. So, our mother would always make a frittata on Christmas for years.
Christmas morning,
Christmas
like Christmas
morning.
brunch she would do.
Yes, there was always a lot of talk about the frittata, and sometimes I would be like, "Oh, frittata." I think I would just get tired of the word, but it's definitely, like, etched in my brain of, like, some kind of eggy bready thing on Christmas, and so I've kind of been doing that the last few years. I think last year I got a quiche from a restaurant, which I might do again, so it's a little bit of a
Okay,
departure,
that counts,
but
it's an eggy thing.
the spirit of yes, an eggy thing. I think mocktails and cocktails, like holiday
Yeah.
editions, like with pomegranate, cranberry, a little sprig of rosemary, that feels
Ooh.
very kind of fun and something that I don't really crave or think about at other times of the year.
You know, Malika, Grayson, and I are like, mocktail aficionados now,
Yes.
and we have a rosemary simple syrup that we bought that is
Mm,
so yummy. You just adding a dash of rosemary syrup just brings things up a notch.
that's very exciting.
Yes.
I think I remember Christmas cookies.
Mhm.
You and your girls would make Christmas cookies a lot, and I remember a couple years ago when we were still in LA, Norm and I were, like, deep in our keto lifestyle, which was great, I loved it, and also it's so far away.
It was a little
But
confusing.
we were very, like, intense in this, and I think you said, like, "We have these cookies for you, do you want them?" And I think you asked permission, and we talked about it, we're like, do we want these cookies? Are we gonna have" 'cause we didn't have, like, any sugar in the house, and we're like,
Yes.
"Oh, they made these cookies, it's our nieces, okay, we'll just have one." And this was COVID days, so you just, like, left it on the doorstep because we weren't this is, like, pre-vaccine, you know?
Yes.
And we ate that whole container in, like, a day and felt so sick, but it was also so good. We're like, "Okay," we were feeling really, like, kind of self-righteous, like, "Yeah, we're just so good at doing keto, it's awesome, it's amazing, we don't even want sugar," and then those cookies brought us down. It was worth it, though, that was funny.
That was
Um,
funny.
there's nothing like a holiday cookie.
Ah, yes.
And then kind of just thinking about meals and food, something that I've been doing is really switching out the dishware. So we
Mhm.
happened to, when we moved to this house, there were a couple things that were left behind. One was a box of Christmas dishes.
Are you serious? You
Yes.
inherited Christmas dishes with your house. Okay.
Yeah. There was a plate of dishes that have it's kind of a funny it's like a Christmas tree with presents on it, but it's on every plate. It's like something you wouldn't use any other time of the year. And
Right.
so I put all of our regular plates away and put those out. So like we're not just having it on Christmas Day. It's like December. We're eating off of these plates. But it's
Right.
fun.
Yeah, you told me about that, and I also have a box of Christmas dishes that we inherited from Grayson's mother, who passed away a while ago, but she had these dishes in the family with Christmas trees and presents on them also. We
Are
have
they
to
the
take pictures
same?
of them side by side. I don't know. So send me a picture and I'll
Okay.
share what mine look
That would
like.
be so that would
Wouldn't
be
that be
really
funny?
funny.
But
Yeah.
anyway, they're in a box and with mugs also. And you said you use them seasonally. You just bring them out, just use them. And so we
Yeah.
started doing this, and it feels so good to have these special seasonal dishes that you just use in your everyday life and not wait for Christmas Day. Like you
Right.
don't have to have a fancy dinner just to use the fancy dishes. You should use them up. So I love that idea.
Yeah, we do the plates. We also I do change the mugs seasonally. So we have the red and green mugs and holiday feeling mugs. So,
Nice.
all right. Well, let's take a break and when we get back, we'll hear your food memories, Azizi. Azizi, how's your dinner game these days?
Well, Malika, I used to struggle with what to cook for dinner.
You're cooking now?
Okay. Actually, my husband used to struggle with what to make for dinner. I mean, meal planning, grocery lists, yuck. But then we found Prep Dish. It's a weekly meal planning service that tells you exactly what to cook. And now they've partnered with Instacart, so your grocery list becomes a ready to go online cart.
Oh, what's in your cart, Azizi?
All of the Prep Dish ingredients, plus I can add energy drinks, chili crisp, lipstick, whatever, and check out in just a few clicks. Shopping online is so fun. The meals are family friendly, healthy, and super easy to prep. Dinner is easy to make, and now we look forward to new tasty meals.
Prep Dish is offering our listeners 2 weeks free. Just head to prepdish.com/happierladies to sign up. Again, that's prepdish.com/happierladies. All right, Azizi, what are your favorite winter snacks, meals, and treats?
Okay, so you talked about the cookies. That is something that definitely means holiday to me.
Mhm.
The girls and I have a tradition of making Christmas cookies. And I started this when they were quite young. I've always liked baking. Even as a kid, I liked baking. And so as they got older and more independent and more interested in cooking, I wanted to have a tradition with them. And actually, honestly, it started when I was in my apartment with them. I was a single mom. They were quite loud. And I wanted to do something nice for the neighbors. like thank you for the neighbors because we had like 6 neighbors in this really close, apartments, and my girls made so much noise. So we made cookies. We made like 4 different kinds of cookies. We got the festive tins to put them in, wrote a little note, and then I made the girls deliver them to all of the
Mm.
neighbors. And people were so excited about it. And so that just started this whole tradition, and we've done it every year since. And what's been really beautiful is that, well, first of all, so yes, in the pandemic, we kept it up. We did it, and we really put it on the calendar. It was something the girls look forward to. We start thinking about what kinds of cookies do we want to make and what combinations and pulling recipes. It becomes so much bigger than the actual act of cooking. And
Yeah.
then in the pandemic, we were able to still have this festive moment, even in this hard time. And I think we maybe even Zoomed like cookie decorating. Remember? I think
Oh, yeah.
we decorated cookies with you over Zoom. And then the girls got to plan out who they wanted to give cookies to. So it wasn't the neighbors anymore, just the neighbors. It was also their friends. And so they created a whole route of a cookie delivery route where they could drop cookies off on the everyone's porches. And so that was really nice. And then that continued. So now as they've gotten older, they want to give gifts of cookies to their friends, and we make lists together, and it just continues. And last year I was like, man, maybe they're older, maybe they don't want to do it anymore. Leia's in college, and sure enough, they're like, well, when are we making the cookies? So we kept it going, and we change it up a little bit every year, and it's a lot of work. It's exhausting, but but it's a really fun tradition. So definitely the Christmas cookies is a memory that I have that's really strong. I also think about sparkling apple cider, the fancy sparkling
Yes.
apple cider. That's
Martinelli's.
Martinelli's, that only comes out, I mean, for us around the holidays. So even as a child, I have strong memories of getting to have this fancy sparkling apple cider with a meal. So that definitely does it for me. And then speaking of mommy, she has made a cornbread stuffing
Mm.
for Thanksgiving for, I don't know, years and years. Also complicated. Speaking of my
Mhm.
white lasagna, and requires lots of steps and preparation and overnight drying of cornbread, but it's delicious and it reminds me of the holidays when I smell it. It's one that you smell before you eat it, and I think it's yummy.
It's the one from the Kwanzaa cookbook.
It's the one from the Kwanzaa cookbook. You can picture it, right? You can
Totally.
picture the cover of that Kwanzaa cookbook and like the post-its in it. And she pulls out that cookbook every year. It's a good recipe. I love it. Grayson was he's like, I like the box stuff. I goes, no, like the box stuffing. We can have that later or after I don't know. But our tradition is this cornbread stuffing. So I love that. I, for a few years, was making Chex Mix,
Oh,
and
yeah.
there's nothing like homemade Chex Mix. Like they sell it in the store, but if you haven't had the Chex
Very
Mix
different.
from the back of the box of the Chex, you haven't had Chex Mix. This is so yummy, but also really complicated.
Yeah.
A lot of steps, and so I've fallen off from doing it. It's always a thing that I just can't get to. It requires like 6 different boxes of cereal and so many different seasonings, but every year I'm like, maybe this is the year I'm gonna do the Chex Mix. I even thought about passing it on to Ilea and maybe she could
Hmm.
make the Chex Mix, but I don't know. We'll see. And this year I want to try to make golden milk. Have you heard of golden milk?
Oh, yes. Like
Have you
a
ever made it?
turmeric latte?
Yeah, it's like turmeric and ginger, oat milk or whatever milk you want to use, some honey,
Mhm.
just like a nice I like those spices.
Mhm.
And so that's something that I wanna try to incorporate into the season this year. And I also have seasonal mugs, but I have the seasonal travel mug that I use for work. So
Mm.
I think I talked about this when we talked about romanticizing your work life. I have a different mug for each season that I use every day with my tea or water in it or whatever. And that's a really nice addition to the season.
Lovely.
Yeah, nice. So many memories
Yeah.
associated with food around this time.
Yes.
It's a good food time of year.
Azizi, what is your holiday season quote for us?
Okay, so this is a quote from one of my favorite movies, which is not technically a holiday movie, but I feel like people watch it around the holidays. And that's when it used to come on TV, which is Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. I know all the words to this movie, I know all the words to all the songs. And this is one of my favorite quotes from one of the songs called Pure Imagination. There's no life I know to compare with pure imagination. Living there, you'll be free if you truly wish to be. It's a
Nice.
good thing to remember about imagination. Yeah.
Good quote. Well, thank you for listening to this episode. You can find our show notes in the episode description.
If you like us, rate, review, and tell a friend. And don't forget to follow us. We'd love to hear what's making you happier. Send us a message at happierladies@gmail.com. You can find us on Instagram at happierladies and on the web at happierladies.com. All right, Malika, happy Podmas.
Happy Podmas, Azizi.
Bye.
Bye. I guess we aren't calling it food memories, did we? Holiday foods.
We've called it like 5 different things, maybe.
All right.
This podcast is part of the Sound Advice FM network. Sound Advice FM, women's voices amplified.